Now, Bongani Bongo's corruption trial continues. Today, Bongo is expected to call his own witnesses to corroborate his side of the story. But our reporter, Lindsay Detlinger, is outside court to tell us more on what to expect today. Lindsay, good morning to you, colleague. Before we get into the expectations from today in court, let's reflect a bit on what happened just last week. I understand that there were at least 2 other witnesses that testified.
Tumela, there were several witnesses last week over 3 days of sitting here at the Western Cape High Court, largely parliamentary officials. The testimony kicked off with the evidence leader in that Eskom inquiry into Gisela Vanara, who claims that Bongo came to his office in Parliament and attempted to offer him a bribe to collapse that Eskom inquiry that was held, or at least started, in 2017 in Parliament. And then, as the days progressed, we heard from several parliamentary officials to whom Vanara reported this incident and really being hammered by Bongo's defence team, questioning why, if it is believed that Bongo was attempting to offer a bribe and acting in contravention of the Anti-Corruption Act, why they didn't report this incident to the police directly. And it was on Friday when we heard from the most senior administrative officer of Parliament, Ms. Penelope Chawa, who is the Secretary to Parliament, and she explained that it was not their job to get involved in political matters. Once the parliamentary officials had reported the incident to her, she asked Vanara to put it all in writing, and she handed that to the presiding officers of the 2 houses of Parliament to take it further, and said that she was following parliamentary protocols and therefore did not go and report the matter directly to the police.
But Lindsay, it seems it's not only Bongani Bongo's team that have found discrepancies or are challenging this evidence provided by the parliamentarians. It seems Judge Klope as well, sort of reiterated that there seems to be discrepancies here. This from Acting Parliamentary Secretary Baby Chawa.
So really it's coming down, Tumelo, to a battle of legal minds, if you will, because several of the parliamentary officials who are involved in this debacle, or at least were witnesses to this incident, all happen to be advocates. So too MP Bongani Bongo. And so Judge Klope really playing on what they know about the law and how they should be acting as officers of the law, besides the fact that they are administrative officers in Parliament, or that they happen to be, in the case of Bongani Bongo, a parliamentarian. But really, the line of questioning is really that they should know the law and know what kind of action should be taken if they believe that a crime was taking place. The Secretary to Parliament, who was as last to testify on Friday on behalf of the parliamentary officials, she is not a legal person, but she was the highest ranking officer in Parliament, and as I say, she said she was following parliamentary protocols and that it was not for her to get involved in political matters. It was for presiding officers to take the matter further. And as we know, Tumelo, Parliament never went to the police to lay a complaint in this incident. It took the DA's John Steenhuisen, who at the time was the chief whip of the party, to go and lay the criminal complaint. Parliament chose instead to take this to the Ethics Committee, and that's really where the matter stayed and didn't really move much further from there.
Right, Liz, another matter was postponed to today. What can we expect in court then?
So the prosecutors indicated to the court on Friday that they have 2 more witnesses to call. That might be whittled down to just only 1 witness. Sorry, Tamil, I just want to have a look. Bongani Bongo is about to arrive with his legal team behind me. I'm just going to let Balungile behind the camera show you their approach, accompanied by an ANC supporter. They are were on Friday, and at least 1 van has pulled up this morning of supporters from Mpumalanga, that's the province from which Bongani Bongo hails, to support him here. But in answer to your question, we should hear from at least 1 more state witness, possibly possibly two. One of those witnesses will probably be a cell phone expert who will testify about those phone calls that Bongani Bongo made to the evidence leader of the inquiry. Bongo's legal team said on Friday it might not be necessary for the cell phone expert to testify because they don't dispute that these calls were made, or that he at least made those calls to Vanara. As you can see in shot now, that is Bongani Bongo in the middle, about to fist pump there one of his supporters, and that's his legal representative behind him, Michael Helens, entering court this morning. So that matter will be proceeding in front of the Judge President here, John Shlope.
Lindsay, thank you so much for this update. Lindsay Dentling joining us for an update on Bongani Bongo's case.